That video gonna be about Shirley McClaine. Oh, Shirley McClaine. And in her book, she's got a memoir out. She says she once tried to shoot her shot at Morgan Freeman, and he said no. Now, what would make old Morgan Freeman turn her down? She talked about how much she loved his acting, and you know, was she just was she looking for some brown sugar? What was her agenda? What made it happen? Morgan looked at her and said, "Nope." Maybe he just knew she was for the streets. It's interesting that you're at this stage in your life. She's 90 plus now. Morgan's in his late 80s, and Morgan be walking around with that earring in his ear. Morgan be like, Morgan be old player. But anyway, it's funny. He just said no. Doesn't usually happen. And I make a big deal of it because an actress saying this and putting this outwardly. Because people don't have no filter. And sometimes there's some things, they weren't that deep. You may have just wanted to take that one to the grave with you. Maybe you just didn't really want to have to come out and say that. I'm thinking, no, if I'm Morgan, right, and he's sizing up the moment, it's like she's trying to make me a notch, or maybe she's looking for a brother, or maybe she's, she's having jungle fever, she's having a swirl moment, or maybe, she's 304. Maybe she didn't heard things. You just never know how these things are. But it was comical to me when I read how she just was like, he turned it down. It was like, wow. You never hear that so randomly. And of course, when you think of Shirley MacLaine, she had one of the most entertaining careers ever, big time actress, etc. The sister Warren Beatty, classic movies, Terms of Endearment. A lot of the movies, big time movie actress, and she talked about a lot of things that went on. But this was just so random, especially I think from my perspective that a white actress would openly say that a black dude turned her down, considering that usually white actresses that attain a certain level in Hollywood, you don't even think they really know anybody black. Not like that. So this was like, wow. And it's so random too, because he's the only black guy that she mentions in the movie. I mean, in the book. And their paths would never cross on the screen in a love scene. We know Hollywood was not that progressive then and not now. Even though at this age and stage, you might have could have put them together. Because, he caught a lot of flack for driving Miss Daisy. And he's caught a lot of flack for what he said about Black History Month and some other things. And people be reading him the filth and the ride about his situations and so on and so forth. He's one of the greatest actors and one of the greatest orators, but still. But this is just so random. But what was Shirley MacLaine, talking about old Morgan Freeman turned it down? Was she disappointed? She still, what was all with that? And what would you put that out there now, even to sell a book? Because that's going to be an interesting point where Morgan will probably be somewhere and somebody will say, how come you turn on Shirley MacLaine? You know, it's a trip. But it's interesting tidbit in her book, amongst other things that she talks about her career and her livelihood. And I'm sure there was a lot of stuff that went down that she ain't gonna talk about. But she did quite well for herself. I mean, she's a great actress, had a great catalog and films and stuff. But this was just so Joe random. I mean, this one tripped me out. And I could see Morgan Freeman making that. And that way he looked, that vibe. So anyway, please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another share if you like, and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay real, stay true, stay woke, stay up on you. And again, you know, this was just so random out the blue that you kind of wonder what year was this? When did this happen? And she does understand the racial situation in Hollywood, especially if you have a certain, how people are in the business. Because even in the business, what people go through and so on and so forth. So this was a interesting one. All right, I'm out.